So are we waiting for Anan before we start? Or?
I mean, we could start now. We could totally start now.
Let's start. I want to go play Devil May Cry. Come on.
The countdown is on. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, listeners to dia.log, the Game Inventors podcast, episode 27.
27.
27. And 27. And today, coincidentally, marks the anniversary or the first time we recorded dia.log. Episode 1 was also recorded on March 7, conveniently enough.
Happy
birthday.
Yeah.
And so, as we know, time is ticking. Wam is holding back his energy.
wait. So, some quick housekeeping from last week, right? Apparently, the milestone for the podcast, I have been informed by reliable sources that we have received our first dislike in time for our first anniversary. So
yes.
Only people at the top have room for haters.
Shout out to the one guy who disliked one of our episodes on YouTube. Yes, you can listen dia.log on YouTube as well as various podcast platforms such as Anchor, Spotify, and more.
You can also listen to it creepily on the bus. Like maybe someone else on the bus is listening to the podcast, and you can listen in and be like, "What are they saying? Are they talking about Mass Effect Andromeda yet?"
This seems highly specific. I will not ask more questions from there. And as always, we have one Amirul there. Say hello.
Hello.
And we have Danial.
Hello.
And of course, we have Anan.
What up?
And I am Amirul Mikronos Ashraf. And yeah, the four of us again. Let's talk about video games, sort of. Because don't sort of yet. Come and listen. We have things to talk about. We promise to be entertaining and enlightening. Hold on. Oh, keep those British impressions hot. We might be using it later. Right. So I guess I'll start one first because I recently got to review another Lego game, apparently.
Wait, before we talk about your review, let's talk about like reviews in general in GM land, in GM Jaya.
Okay.
Right?
GM Jaya.
All right. So peek under the curtain again. We did it again. No, under. Oh no, we're not
under
going
the
there.
Hood. It's under the hood.
Under the hood. Behind the curtains. God damn it! You guys corrected me last time.
No, we don't.
So, everyone here has their assignments, right? Like we pick what games we want to review, relatively like freely. And this week, everyone has like even in our docket, everyone has reviewed a game on this docket, except for me. And this makes Wam sad because I opened the Twitter, and everyone's talking about the games they're reviewing and stuff. And I'm like, I'm not reviewing any games. But then I remember, literally 2 hours from now, as of recording, my DMC5 is going to unlock. And I'm gonna just fucking disappear into the Love Shack. So, yeah, that's how reviews work. Everyone has their thing, and I just sit around waiting until Devil May Cry comes out. So yeah, Meck, what game did you review?
Well, since no one wants it, I don't mind actually. So it's the Lego Movie 2 video game. Yeah, I still don't like the title, but there you go, the Lego Movie 2 video game. Of course, it's another Lego game. They come like two of them come once per year. Two of them come per year, so there are 2 games per year. And the last Lego game didn't made a lasting impression, so we just skip over it. I don't think we talk about it on the podcast, but the review's there. But the Lego Movie 2 video game, finally, after all these years, all these long years, they finally changed the Lego formula, the Lego game formula. They finally did it. They did something.
Is it a battle royale now?
On that note, there is a parachuting moment where I keep saying, yeah, we dropping, boys. So there is a parachuting animation. They could do a battle royale with bad draw distance, unfortunately, but still. So yeah, to introduce you guys, for those not familiar with these Lego games, so what these games usually entail is that, okay, you have plenty of characters to choose from. Usually you got like a limited set for the first few levels, but then you keep on collecting and collecting and collecting all plenty of them. The game is entirely playable, split screen or not split screen, multiplayer with another player, so 2 player. God damn it, that should be much more simpler. And then each character has an ability to like, there's a progression block. Say, we need to pull something, grab some guy with a grappler gun or something. Or hey, there's a big door we can open. Get the big guy and open the big door. Something like that. So and also the levels are mostly linear. There are later games do have open world segments, but the story segments, so to say, are basically linear games where the camera is fixed, and it you can totally see those kind of the lineage from the original Lego Star Wars game back from the PS2 days. I forgot what year, but during the not the original Star Wars, it was the prequel, but that's the original Star Wars game. So yeah.
Yeah, the original Lego Star Wars.
It's a long while. So now they've changed it to become a full 3D collectathon platformer. Huh. So there's no more linear levels. All of the game is separated into worlds now. So several worlds you can go.
I just pulled up the footage, and the world select looks like Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, you can say that because it is, you are traveling to galaxy, and you get to different theme worlds such as the Old West. Something you see in the first Lego movie, which is just like a 5-second gag. Oh, the Old West, there's a level there. You can be cowboys and fight robots because sure.
I'm not saying Lego Movie 2 the game is a better Kingdom Hearts than Kingdom Hearts, but I'm just saying it looks more fun than Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, continue.
And the next, or you could also travel to the old Middle Zealand, the medieval elven land of Middle Zealand. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. If you don't get it, it's a Middle Earth reference.
Yep.
And no, they own the rights. No, it's WB.
Tapi still,
Well, they manage, they get by, and also one level where vampire mini dolls what you say, a spa, an exclusive spa run by vampire mini dolls.
I should point out, by the way, the Middle Zealand thing is a joke from the first Lego movie.
Okay, so that's where they pull it.
Anime glasses face.
Dang.
But yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of the throwback levels and also levels that follow the plot of the main movie. That's there as well. So basically the whole structure is that we have one critical path missions where you go follow the big yellow exclamation mark, and also you can go into side quests with the question marks over the side, and the whole the whole aesthetic is totally made of Lego bricks. Everything is made out of Lego. So that's cool to see. So when you see like big buildings and the alien invaders all made out of bricks, it's kind of interesting how to see to figure out, you can build these stuffs using real Legos. That's cool.
Hold up. I'm watching footage and fucking Emmett just fucking unlimited blade works a dude. What the hell is going on?
They have special powers. Or let me say this. How you say it? The discovery of the exploration is pretty much rewarded, as in it passes my litmus test of discovery. So if you drop into a level, if you turn around, more often than not, you'll find something cool or a collectible or some money. So they did that. So that's cool. So it's a collectathon. What else? Also, they pepper up some things like they have boss battles where it's basically Shadow of the Colossus. You get to climb the bosses.
Oh my. Okay.
Imagine big giraffe, but it's made all of colorful Lego blocks, and it screams like a little baby, and you have to kill that baby. Yeah.
Okay, so what we're learning so far, Lego Movie 2, right? The game is part Kingdom Hearts, part Shadow of the Colossus, part Dead Space.
And I'm adding one more thing. You know what other collectibles you can find? Is there's an heart-shaped alien that you have to chase around, and when you kill it, it will go up and explode before saying hello, like a cute sound, hello, and it explodes to reward and give you like rare drops. I'll get to what the drops are first. Basically, it's like the Titanite shard. Not Titanite shard, like the Dark Souls thing where
the Crystal Lizard.
Crystal Lizards. It's basically that, but much more easier. And much
It's the Dark Souls of Lego games.
Oh god.
And remember the parachuting in the Battle Royale that's there. There's plenty of you can unlock a flaming guitar because why not?
Next.
I mean, the first half of the one of the worlds is basically a Mad Max level, and I like the joke where there's a coffee chain, but in the post-apocalypse it's now called the Coffee Unchained. Coffee Unchained because it was a coffee chain before. Stupid gags here and there. There's also a T-Rex. You can ride the T-Rex. Well, a raptor rather. There are you have to escort baby raptors in some missions. Oh, and there's also a mecha raptor where it's the raptor but with guns on top.
So it's Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon.
And to add to the Far Cry comparison, there is also a raptor, but the legs are removed, but they added a chassis and 4 wheels. You can drive the raptor.
Well,
and to top that off, you can remove that. You can have that raptor, but instead of wheels, you put a pair of jet wings on it. Guess what it's called?
Chapter?
The Rex wing. X-wing. Yeah. So it's like if you like Legos in general and the goofy humor about it, I think you'll be entertained through like the main 8 hours of the game, of the main story. But just like all of the modern live service games, the game starts when the end game begins. So basically, what I'm going to say is that it's still a collectathon, and there is a secret level that you will get. How you put it? You need to like unlock a lot of the main collectible. It's called the masterpieces. So you build masterpieces. So you have to backtrack and do all of the side stuff you might have missed and stuff like that. And then you get a secret level, and boy, that is very rewarding. I mean, like I mentioned back in Spyro, there is a reward for like collecting all of the things, right? Lego Movie 2 video game does that too, so cool. It's a 3D platformer in spirit. What is not
no. Finish your thought first.
What's not in spirit is that by moving to this sort of genre, it exposes a lot of the game's we say mechanics being very. It's not even okay. You can say this is a kids game. They have to make it easy. But then the problem is, even if it's easy, it doesn't feel good. The controls are mushy. The jump is a bit too floaty for my liking. And the combat is just mash the same button over and over again until win. It's a win button, don't care. So it's a bit boring. I'm disappointed in there because I believe that kids deserve good game feel. We should fight for the right of children to play good games, good feeling games. That's something that we should be more vocal about, because everything else is okay. It's awesome. Well, some of them not so awesome.
So everything is not awesome.
Not so awesome. It's basically something in the movie, as I've discovered.
So, okay. So as the savant of collectathons,
Mm-hmm.
on a scale of Spyro to a really shitty collectathon, where would you put this?
Put it step back in the middle. I mean, it does a lot of good things, but a lot of the bad things as well. Well, one more thing I have to add is that, okay, don't grab your pitchforks for now. There's sort of loot boxes. Hold on.
Dream stirring noises intensify.
I know this is going to be feel bad, but thankfully, what they've done is that they've just throw all of the drops are not, even though the drops have the colors, right, the green common and stuff like that, the drops keep on dropping very very generously, to the point that even though there are treasure chests that you can find by exploring the levels, and opening one of them will grant you a few of the it's called relics instead of loot boxes, but it functionally is a loot box. So if you go out of the level and go in back, you can totally farm the chest for quite a while, just to get to get enough of what you want, enough of the loot boxes. And even though the hard alien thing as well, it respawns very regularly and it's very easy to get, so you can unlock all of the stuff very easily. If you reach the secret level, if you played far enough, the secret level is basically a gold farm for all of this. So it's not really an issue because they throw it a lot. I mean,
it's not paid, right? The loot boxes?
No, not monetized at all. It's just a mechanism to deliver. Instead of the usual is just like, oh, you have to do this thing and then you have to do this thing. It's just a long list of checklist. Now it's just that, oh, you do some stuff while playing and then stop to the shop and open them all.
By the way, I'm watching the giraffe boss fight right now. This is dark. You get the baby thing to like electrocute itself. This is not a children's game. This really is. It's just Dead Space.
There's also a mission. There's also a mission where you find the sewer babies. Apparently, they are the scouts in the world, and you need to protect the sewer babies, and they live in the sewers. I don't know why.
As sewer babies often do.
Sewer babies. So yeah,
what I'm learning is that this is secretly developed by Visceral Games.
Let's pretend that there's a lot of good inspirations there. So yeah, I guess that's the Lego Movie 2 video game. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's a lot of mixed things. It's not the usual Lego game, but I think they are moving to the right direction. You can say that it's a good foundation or a good building block for the next Lego game, maybe coming later this year. We'll see.
I hope so. You know, but because there's one game that does change up the Lego formula. That, and I think we had the same discussion when you brought up Lego The Incredibles last time. Bionicle fucking Heroes.
Oh god, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to report, Wam. There's still no Bionicle. I almost got excited because they included the friend mini dolls, which is it's not like minifig. It's a mini doll where it is for the toy line for guided for
the friends, right?
The friends line for more for the girls. And yeah, because of there's no leg articulation, it just flops left and right like stupidly, which is cool. But no, there's no technique pieces in terms, or no character with technique pieces. So we'll wait.
Still no Bionicle. Because listen, guys, I need listeners. I want you to look up Bionicle Heroes. because it was essentially the same concept as early Lego games, except for no co-op, because it was a third-person shooter. Third-person shooter, but with Lego game mechanics, like building and stuff. One of the things you built was a giant statue that comes out of the ground. It was freaking cool, man. And TT Games, if you wanna, be a pal, remake it for modern day consoles. I'm not saying there's a 10 out of 10 in it for you, but you've got a better shot than Kingdom fucking Hearts did. So
All I'm hearing is that I think Kingdom Hearts 3 will be in the wrong category for our later game of the year discussion.
Yeah, pretty much.
but we have fun. We have fun. But yeah, so I guess that's Lego Movie 2 video game. I feel like it would have made more sense if you called it the Lego Movie Game 2 instead of Lego Movie 2 game.
That's why I hate it, but it's the branding. It's have to be the Lego Movie 2 video game. It's not the sequel to the Lego Movie video game. It's a sequel. The movie is the sequel. But it's just a video game from the sequel or the movie.
Reminds me of that. There was this Disney Channel cartoon called The Weekenders, and they had this band that they were really into called Chum Bucket, if I remember correctly. And so there was then one episode they had Chum Bucket the movie, and this was a continuous gag because I think in another episode they had Chum Bucket the movie the game.
I mean that's basically Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
The
Street
game
Fighter 2.
The game
Don't
based on the
forget there was
movie
a
based on the game.
There was Street Fighter had that too. Don't forget they had the digitized fighters, Mortal Kombat style.
Street Fighter the game based on the movie based on the game. Yeah. The elite list of the game based on the movie based on the game.
There was also a browser-based Doom, by the way, based on the movie.
Based on the game.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway, Daniel, how about you talk about your game?
Oh, okay. So, besides Mac playing Lego and reviewing,
while Meck played with his Legos like a little baby boy, you played a men's game.
I just not saying it's a men's game. It's basically an adult version of Mario Kart, which is actually Blur, which came out like 10 years ago. But refrain from thinking about that. So I played Amazon's The Grand Tour, the game, based on the show by Amazon.
Put the terrible Grand Tour music here.
So it's actually to be frank, I think I thought in the podcast way back in the 10s, and I said, "Oh, this game's gonna be terrible." Well, past me, you are wrong. It's actually pretty good.
Convince me.
Alright, so okay. For this, we must go into the inner workings of Amazon itself. Amazon Prime is right now $10. Am I correct? Kalau salah, right? Am I? Yeah, around that price, around $10 which is 40 ringgit. Which is really expensive for if you want to say watch the one show that is only available on Amazon. So this game is basically the show, but you can get to play one of the segments. Because it's
Is it the credits?
No, it's just the whole episode. Like, let's say, I'll give you an example. One episode we played the special. Basically, like they have this motoring special where they drive to, let's say, for this one Colombia. You get to watch the whole 1 hour show, but with like 10 minutes break, there will be like, oh, you can play this part of the show, like dragging Richard Hammond's car out of the water, etc. It's like macam like it's basically you're playing QTEs while watching a show.
I'm waiting for that. I'm just waiting for that. This is QTE.
This is basically, yeah.
This is FMV. This is an FMV game with
This is
QTE.
FMV. Yeah, this is basically an FMV game with QTE.
Best
a
FMV game
racing game
2019.
because it's basically it. And
I'm watching it now. It is. Holy shit! It's an FMV game.
yeah, that's why. So like, I thought like it's very bad. Then after I played it, like, wow, it's actually really good.
I mean, how's
Because
the physics? I mean, it's
the
supposed to be
physics
arcade.
It is arcade. It is based on, ironically, it's based on a simulator game punya engine, but they somehow tweaked it to make it like the car will be driftable in every corner.
So Need for Speed not Most Wanted.
No,
Need for
no,
Speed
no,
Hot Pursuit style.
Yes, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, Most Wanted 2012 style. So it's very floaty.
Essentially Burnout.
Yeah, it's actually burnout.
Okay.
No,
Can I
it's
just say,
actually. Go
I'm
ahead.
looking at the FMV segment, and I like the fact that it's press R1 to Jeremy Clarkson.
Yeah, that's what that is like the fast forward, yeah, or the James May button or rewind.
Just made button to slow.
Yeah, slow down the video. But I think one of the best thing I like is, I'm gonna say this on the review, which is coming out. I don't know, maybe after this video came out. Yeah, this video came out. So they have like this basically a good example of live services because in one episode they showed up the McLaren Senna, which is actually licensed to Forza.
Yeah, that one.
So what they did is they just said, oh, it's okay, you cannot play the McLaren Senna, but how about you play a McLaren car, a 570, which we did the next episode. How about that? So it's a good like mix, like it's stuff you can do. And this is just post it on the chat. Another episode that the Jaguar gave them like a prototype car, and they explicitly said, oh, do not show this car in the game. So now you know what they did? That's basically the car there. If you can see for the YouTube viewers, that's basically the Jaguar car, but they just bubble wrap it.
Okay, so it's a cheeky game. That's
yeah.
It's
this
totally self-aware.
Yeah,
They made fun. They made fun of themselves. Like I mean, the show is about making fun of themselves.
Yeah,
basically. The other two still keeps on dragging on Hammond about that stupid crash that almost killed him.
And then they force him to drive another electric supercar.
So I know this looks like. This looks like a slightly polished 90s racing game, like from the FMV to the graphics. The graphics are kind of, but what can you do?
Well, it's an arcade, so what can you do? So yeah, it's basically it just harks back the 90s feel because I think one of the developers of the game is from ex-Burnout punya devs as well. So that explains like the arcadiness and the British humor, basically.
I do know that one of the original guys that made Command and Conquer is now at Amazon Game Studios working on this, but I'm not sure in what role. But I do know that one.
Okay, so this is going to sound like a backhanded compliment or a straight up diss. But because racing games are always so focused on graphics. I just watched a dude scrape his car on the fence, and I am genuinely surprised that there's no marks on the side of the car because the model is that low poly.
No, there is marks if you crash it 2, 4, or 5 times. I've tried.
Yeah, I know. This one is just because games like GTA 5, you touch it once and there's gonna be a mark.
Yep. And this one, there's no marks at all. You enjoy your supercar getting smashed in the wall. I don't care.
It's so weird seeing them go from FMV to
the transition is okay, I think. Weirdly enough.
It has the charm. It has the charm there.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying I never expected to see this in 2019.
So how much of the content has been rolled out? When first launched, I saw there's one episode for season 1, one episode for season 2. But how's it going right now?
Now it's already episode 8 of season 3. So basically, it's almost the end of the season for the current season. And I think I read somewhere that they're going to add in the the back season, like season 1, all of the challenges will be inside.
Ah, okay, cool. So what I'm getting here is actually the Grand Tour game is another alternative to watch the Grand Tour without paying for
Yes.
Amazon Prime.
Without paying 40 ringgit a month. When you're
Well,
already paying for Netflix.
how much is the game?
60 ringgit? That's it.
What?
It's like 60 bucks. Seriously, I kid you not. When they launched it last week, I bought it immediately.
God damn.
I mean, if he's asking that much, I don't mind then. If it's a CC
Yeah,
dollar,
that's-
then we have issues. It's okay.
That sounds like a really good deal. Like if you just need
$13 a
your
month,
racing
so that-
game fix.
Yeah, $13 a month. So that's basically 45 ringgit. I'm not saying that Netflix is cheaper.
Well, I think can you even watch Amazon TV here? I thought it
No.
was region locked.
No, it cannot. More reasons to get this game. If you want to
Yeah,
watch
exactly.
the show.
Here's 60 ringgit. You get a legally distinct Top Gear, and
Legally Sync Top Gear.
Uh,
And some QTEs if you're bored.
Mhm. It's David Cage Top Gear.
No, you're making him bad again. You're making him bad again.
I should put that in my review later.
David Cage Top Gear.
The
If-
Toby Gage of-
I mean, it should be better than the Top Gear game, like from the SNES.
iOS.
This.
Oh god, that one.
I always
They
thought
did that
Gran
old
Turismo
one.
was a Top Gear game.
That was iOS. Android and iOS game. It's pretty boring.
I mean, Gran Turismo did have Top Gear content once, and so was Forza, I think.
Forza.
They get
Forza.
around it. But not the Grand Tour game though. You have to pay Amazon for it.
Well,
Eh.
so
Again,
just to,
60 ringgit one-time fee instead of 40 ringgit and a region lock.
3 seasons of content. So,
yeah,
okay.
3 season content.
Yeah,
Not that
so
bad,
shall
okay.
we R1 to Jeremy Clarkson to the next thing?
Yes.
Let's. Do.
Oh yeah, the Grand Tour game.
Hmm?
They use
Uh-huh.
the Lumberyard engine by Amazon too. The CryEngine 4.
Ooh,
So it's
yeah.
also by with. Oh no, I think it's the affected to physics engine.
Affected to physics engine and the car
On-
engine 4.
Yeah, and then so it's basically like an engine on top of another engine.
Sorry, yeah. So
Engine-
maybe they have their own physics engine, car physics engine, taken from Burnout, slap onto the Lumberyard engine.
Burnout is Affected 2. A simulation racing game.
The arcade, the bastardized affected too.
They literally better than arcade, which is props to them for selling it, for
Yes.
even selling it for like $15 basically.
So the Lumberyard engine is like the protagonist from Vandred, where it's just an engine that can be tacked on to other engines.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's basically CryEngine. Amazon own CryEngine.
So it's a different engine, and then it becomes that engine, and now it can be on top of another engine. I think we
It's
we
the
got.
Kirby.
I think we got a recurring theme now.
The Grand Tour game based on the show by Amazon, running on the Affected 2 engine, but also running from the Cry engine as well.
All the engines. So let's move on.
Okay, so so that topic is gone. What about Days Gone?
Days Gone.
Wait, this isn't the Mecha one, is it?
Oh
Like,
no,
no, yeah, not
No,
yet.
Sony has too many fucking like cryptic named games.
No,
I
that's
can't
less
keep
alive.
track of.
That's Square Enix. That's less alive.
Yeah, but I mean Sony because the Sony account like promotes it. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
Like, cause I see Days Gone, I see Left Alive. Is it? Is the Mecha one?
Yeah, the Mac.
Left
Oh, you
alive.
mean the new third birthday?
Third birthday too.
Third birthday too.
This time with Max. Well, onces technically, sure.
Mm.
So what's about
but
what
yeah,
about?
Days Gone.
Days Gone. They made by a small indie dev, who made Seven Filter
Oh, siphon filter.
remake
Uh,
one.
I actually only played the PS2 version that should function with online capacity. So it was a bad experience. I think it was called the Omega
Oh,
string or something.
oh my gosh, yeah. I played
You
that as well.
get to make your own character and unlock cool gear, man. Those were the days. Days gone now. No, those days are gone.
Those days are gone.
Oh, this is the zombie game with the bike.
Yes.
Strategic bike parking game.
Strategy about fucking. So
This is
from what I've
Rempit
seen,
Apocalypse.
Okay, that's a better sell. Malu apa? Oh, no. Stop. So I'm going to stop there. I forgot.
Malu apa zombie ku?
Oh my god.
Dude, we should Photoshop. Okay, there you go. That's the title.
That's it.
That's the title. That's the thumbnail.
So yeah, zombie bike game. You are an American mud Rempit surviving in the harsh U.S. lands after an apocalypse, and your wife gets murdered. And from what I've heard from the previews, your good bike is stolen and turned to scrap.
It is
Very
Mess
sim-
Max.
It is non-copyrighted.
Legally distinct Mad Max. Okay, go. Post apocalypse.
Yeah. Besides, what else to say? And we already saw it on E3. A unlimited amount of zombies attacking.
Freakers.
Yeah, freakers. Sorry.
Can I just
And
say,
then
like, I'm looking at some preview footage now, and like, how does one normal person carry this many guns on them? Like, he's literally got like a sniper rifle strapped to his back, a baseball bat, and he's holding a gun as well. Like, and then he's got a pistol strapped to his hip. It's like, you
And
sure you're a normal person?
yeah, I was about to get to that point because basically I think Polygon ke apa came out with the word. This is basically the amalgamation, the zombification pula, amalgamation of all of the gameplay open world mechanics into one.
Mm-hmm.
All of the open world mechanics.
All of the game.
So all open world tropes they
Yep.
mash it into one
Mash
game.
it
Okay,
into one,
so checklist. Critical path. What else? Crafting. Oh yeah, this is
Check.
crafting. What
Yes,
else?
Guns a lot, a la Metal Gear Solid 5. Yes.
Stealth system. Go.
Yes.
What else? Customizable vehicles. Check.
Quest.
Hub World.
Hub
check.
worlds. Is the hub world upgradable?
Yes.
Okay, check.
Do you have a radio?
Yes.
I think so. Yes.
Yes.
That's open world already.
What else?
That
Companions. Oh, fishing.
companions. Yes, companion. Yes.
Companions, yes. Okay, fishing.
Fishing. I'm not sure. They haven't shown that yet. So maybe no.
Here's hoping.
If the trailer comes out the day after we record this, saying that they've added fishing to the game, like
10 out of 10. Best game ever.
I mean, it could be an RPG then, right?
oh yeah, no skill system yet.
No.
Yet.
Yeah.
God, I'm just looking at the bat. It's the kind of bat with like the nail sticking out of it, and he's like got it pressed against his back. Like, that's
No,
that doesn't sound.
He is an American mud Rempit. He could handle this.
He survived the apocalypse so far. He can still go on.
God, I was just thinking, right? My Rempits would be so like, they would survive the apocalypse because those parangs would like, I imagine parangs are very good at taking out zombies.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you can fuel your tank. Your fuel tank. Your bike has a fuel tank. Check. Also, Mad Max.
Remember, yeah.
God, can you imagine during apocalypse harga minyak naik?
Oh, yep, they will survive. Parkour mechanics, check.
Oh god, I forgot parkour was a thing.
Yeah, because during the first ET trailer, I'm just looking at the first ET trailer. He jumps from like one platform to another. So yeah, parkour mechanics, check.
How can they put so much open world?
Not. I'm impressed that it doesn't break the game like that.
I
Not
mean,
bad.
I'm okay with open world games. It's just that when you played so much of the open world games, you can totally see the formula. It's just like the Lego game formula. When you see all the how the sausage is getting made, you start to lose the luster for it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So if there can
Yeah,
be if it's totally systemic as what we are seeing right now, I think this might be a good game.
It might
Possibly.
be, yeah.
Here's
yeah.
hoping.
I know the point of this was to say that Daniel likes it, and I feel bad that we're shitting on it now.
No,
But
I'm not.
just
I'm
to
okay with that.
add fuel to the fire, fucking it looks like boring Dead Rising.
Yes.
Yeah,
Specifically Dead Rising.
more polite way is a serious Dead Rising, but yeah, boring, a bit
Isn't
a bit
Serious
drab.
Dead Rising, isn't Serious Dead Rising basically State of Decay? Oh,
Isn't
I should
Oh
say that.
yeah, State of
I should've-
Decay.
Yeah.
That's an open world zombie
Oh,
game.
that's yeah, because Days Gone was literally like, hey, we're Sony's State of Decay, because State of Decay was really an Xbox exclusive.
State of Decay is totally a systemic game that I appreciate from afar.
It's too jank. It's too Euro jank for me. Even the second one.
Yeah, it's US jank, but
Yes, jank.
it's US jank, but the jank that I can tolerate because of the crazy things that can happen.
You know what? I'm actually in the market for a good open world game. I just haven't found one yet. They all look boring and samey.
Well, get Marvel Spider-Man, I guess.
I know, that's exactly what I was gonna say. I'm waiting
Spider-Man.
for it to go on sale.
Literally, people close their account. Just get Marvel Spider-Man.
Or Horizon Zero Dawn is just cheaper, but sure.
Nah, I
Oh
like
my god.
Horizon.
Okay, wait. I know this isn't on the docket, but you mentioned this and I have to bring it up now. Fuck The Witcher. Fuck The Witcher.
Why?
Fuck Geraldo and his legion of fanboys, where if you say anything bad about him. So, you know, Monster Hunter had that Witcher quest, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
They had the Witcher tie-in. I played that. My friend managed to convince me to play it. He was like, just try it out so we can do the special quest together. And God, Witcher is the most self-important franchise. Like, it's so fucking in love with itself, right? The Witcher quest and Monster Hunter is like, why are you playing this if you like Monster Hunter? Because it takes away all the Monster Hunter from it. You have to play as Geralt, who only has his own skills. You can't customize him when you play as him. And he's so boring as a character. He's just, my name's Geralt of Rivia, Witcher. God, I hate it so much. It's such a boring quest. And you run around, and because my character is spec'd to have like what I call the Dark Souls role, with like iframes for days. And his role is just so boring, and his weapons are so boring, and I can cast Igni, and you have to cast Igni at some point. God, it's so bad. And the special boss they added is a Leshen from
Yeah.
Witcher.
Mm-hmm.
And the fight is just not fun. It's just not fun. Like, Behemoth wasn't fun either, but I consider it still reasonably more fun than Witcher. God, fuck Leshen and fuck Geralt. Like, you can feel the whole like, because there's fully voice acted cutscenes and shit. The whole bit, he's just like so in love with the Witcher series. Like, it's all like, you should be honored that The Witcher is collaborating with your game. I'm also in Soul Calibur. Like, ugh, I hate it so much. Sorry, needed to bitch about Witcher.
Oh
Now I
boy.
can see our second dislike there coming.
Oh boy. Apparently, the collaboration event made one hater instead of getting more fans. Well,
It's just I don't know, man. Like there's something about Western fantasy that is just it's just boring. Like this whether modern Western fantasy is boring. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like this whole like it's Game of Thrones has the same problem, where it's like they're trying to play it off as we're gritty, realistic fantasy. It's like that's not what fantasy's for. Maybe someone likes it, and in which case, enjoy your Witcher. But I hated it. I fucking hated casting Igni on branches. And like what you got for the Final Fantasy quest? The Final Fantasy quest, you got to fight a giant Kuluyaku carrying a crystal.
Mhm.
Is this dodo bird raptor that
Yeah.
gets bigger every time its health hits another threshold. And at maximum size, he one-shots you by bludgeoning you to death with a crystal. With a Final Fantasy crystal. That was fun. The Witcher thing is so serious. I'm just like, I know The Witcher is a silly game. There's silly shit in The Witcher. Why couldn't you have put that in Monster Hunter? Instead, it had to be all grimdark and serious. That's my problem with it. It took only the serious parts of The Witcher. Like, you had to investigate corpses and... Ugh. But yeah. So that's my quick rant about Witcher Hour, I guess.
so basically, if Monster Hunter is westernized, it'll become The Witcher, and please don't westernize Monster Hunter. Make it like that.
Yeah.
Stick it like that. Don't do a DMC reboot. No! Capcom, please. Capcom.
Speaking of which, 1 hour 10 minutes to DMC5.
And I guess we've moved on from
Diversity.
Days Gone already. How about we move into the other post-apocalypse?
Russia, so you so
So how's the Russian apocalypse? How's the portrayal? So let's talk about it. Metro Exodus, you've played, Anan.
Oh, sorry, I'm lagging out a bit. Yeah.
Oh no.
It's kind of.
Oh no. The Russian strikes.
Okay, wait. Okay, it's fine now. Stabilizing.
Okay.
How do I say this? The Metro Exodus is the perfect closure, I believe, to the Artyom story.
Oh, it's a closure. Okay.
Yeah, it's a closure. So the Metro Exodus, I'd say it's a final story. At least from my perspective for now. So I don't think they will make another Metro after this.
After controversy, yeah, pretty much.
No. Controversy is one thing, but I'd say the story flow itself, the ending, I'd say I think it is fine. We can stop here for Artyom story for now. I don't know whether they'll expand it further with the Artyom.
Wait, who are you playing as the same character in every Metro game? Like I know nothing about Metro.
Yeah. So so the first one is Metro 2033, adapted from the novel. So you play as Artyom, whereby you are tasked to send a message to the central station. So you live in Metro Station, right?
Yes, Metro.
Because of the nuclear war on the surface, so you are forced to live underground. So around 70,000 people or so forced into the Moscow underground to live away from the radiation up top. Okay, so in 2033, you as Artyom given task to send a message to the central governing station. Okay, it's called police. So that's your adventure. And then in Metro Last Light, you go for adventure to find out the nature of the Dark Ones. So the Dark Ones is the let's say alien so the black mutant that can control your mind and basically make chaos to the people. So sentient being.
Yeah, super
Basically,
mutants.
Like higher form of human, super mutants.
I'm thinking right now. a lot of the things about Metro is just Russian Fallout.
Yeah, Russian. Russian Fallout, yeah.
Russian
Fallout.
Fallout. Fallout starring Russian Gordon Freeman. He didn't. Artyom doesn't talk, right?
No,
He's-
no.
nah.
He just talk in between chapters. So in between chapters, the loading screen. So he talks.
So it's
basically
implied he's
talking
talking.
diary.
Ah.
Yeah. But during gameplay, you're basically like Isaac Clarke in the first game.
Okay.
You don't talk anything.
So he's Russian Isaac Clarke.
Yeah, Russian
Mm.
Isaac Clarke. Okay. So this is
That's
gonna
our
be
second Dead Space reference in one podcast.
I mean, Dead Space, post-apocalypse, zombies. This is a recurring theme. Even the Lego movie has this.
Yeah.
Aliens.
Yo, you wanna play a fucking zombie game?
You can dress as a zombie in the Lego movie game. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you dress as Cookie and Cream? Oof.
You can dress as a Fury as a consolation prize. A furry. A furry.
Furry.
A giraffe man or a foxy lady. Meow.
Nice. Okay, sorry,
let's
Anan.
continue. Okay. So I'll probably start from beginning a bit. Okay.
Okay.
So during Metro 2033 and Last Light, we are pretty much confined to the undergrounds of the Moscow metro station and maybe some above ground levels. But with Exodus, you now go out of your station. So you on the train, you went on Exodus. So the namesake's there. Went on Exodus to find new place to live. Why? Okay. So after the Last Light event, Artyom now is on mission to find out whether the outside world still exists. So they have a story where after the when the nuclear bombs drop, only 70,000 people survive. So all the billions of people are dead. So Artyom really want to find out whether this is true. Okay, so he find radio signal and stuff. So he doesn't find anything. But on one day, he and his wife Anna. So from Last Light, you have a lover. Yeah, you have your girlfriend. Now she's your wife. She's basically your or Artyom's sniper, support sniper too.
Oh my god, he married the
Yeah,
support sniper.
Yeah, very support sniper. So they went for scouting and they found a above ground train network. So pretty much a secret above ground train network run by the Hansa faction in Moscow. And the Hansa faction basically they control the Moscow area so that no radio signals can come in and out. So they isolate the area itself, and anyone coming from outside Moscow, they will capture and shoot them to death. They accuse of outside spies. So they are isolating the Moscow metro itself from outside interference, basically. So Artyom and Anna get found out. They got captured and then they escape with a locomotive engine. So a train head basically. And then they, because of the escape, the escape is hostile. So they are being hostile to Hansa, and they're basically now traitors, and they they met again with the Artyom Spartan Order. So Artyom is in the Spartan squad, right? So when they escaped, they also met again with reconvene with the Spartan Order squad and escape from Moscow. So that's basically it. They need to find new place to live because Moscow is already the Hansa is basically say them as traitors. So if they went back, they'll get killed. That's the basic premise of the story itself.
Oopsie whoopsie, we meet an enemy. Let's go run away and an adventure.
Googly, this city is fucked.
Yeah, we're fucked, and the outside world is not fucked. Basically, so we can go
It would
out.
be amazing if it was like Attack on Titan, where it turns out the rest of the world is fine.
Basically it.
Spoilers for
how's
Attack on Titan, by the way.
So how's the
So
gameplay?
now-
Is it
Okay. Okay, I will continue a bit like the environment itself. Okay.
alright.
So beforehand you have the dark tunnels of underground metro. Now you go across Eastern Europe, so across the Siberia, and
Ooh.
then you go to the to Volga River. So instead of just tunnel and snow and buildings, you now have river, very wide river, Volga River. All the locations in Exodus is basically real life location, just in apocalypse context, apocalypse environment.
Oh,
It
okay.
destroy everything.
Mm.
Yeah. So they have a Volga River. There you can find a cult church of electrophobia. So they fear electric basically.
Wow.
The Volga River. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then fast forward, you go to the Caspian Sea. Okay. Even though it's called Caspian Sea, it's basically a desert, desert level
Ooh.
Oh
with
shoot. Oh
oil.
yeah, no
Yeah.
Post
water.
apocalypse.
Yeah, post-apocalypse. Because
Mad
the sea has
Max.
dried out totally. Yeah, Mad Max. Yeah, basically
Be-
Mad Max.
Because the
Caspian
sea
is Mad
becomes
Max.
a desert.
Yeah, Caspian Sea is Mad Max, just in overworld. And then another sort of open area is the taiga forest. Taiga forest is, I'd say, the most that is very beautiful. So you went from a river to a desert into a forest. Like these three locales are pretty much 4A Games is flexing their environment design muscle here with the 4A engine.
What engine again?
Mm.
It's really beautiful. Pardon?
What engine again?
4A engine, 4A. 4A Games, 4A
Oh,
engine.
their own proprietary.
Their own
Oh, okay,
engine,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Their own-
Proprietary engine.
Ah.
I don't know what they're based on, but yeah, one of the best thing about Caspian Sea, I'd say, other than the Mad Max aesthetics, is they have this oil wells, like shallow oil wells with oil gushing. If you shoot the oil spots, it will lit on fire. You can shoot the fire.
Wow.
The whole thing on fire.
Yeah, I mean you have holes of little wells of oils,
Okay.
spurting out oils. So you shoot. Yeah, it doesn't matter you shoot with a bullet or you throw Molotov cocktail, it will explode. It's
Okay.
like a small interactivity that I like in the Caspian Sea.
Interesting.
Okay. Yeah, and graphics wise, it's I'd say 9 out of 10. Really excellent. Yeah, excellent graphics. And it supports the NVIDIA RTX, NVIDIA ray tracing, and deep learning super sampling. So on top of the beautiful graphics, you also have NVIDIA extended graphics option. Uh, I cannot experience the full graphics because I'm using a mid-tier card, but it's still beautiful as heck, I'd say. So good job for A Games for the graphics work. Even medium settings beautiful. So that's saying something and optimized.
Yeah, this engine is 10 years old now.
Yeah, basically.
I'm impressed. It's
Yeah.
still the same engine from Metro 2033 back in the Xbox 360.
Yeah. So they start from 2033, and then with Last Light they updated the dynamic lighting and texturing and stuff, and then they add NVIDIA physics. So they tag on NVIDIA physics, which is pretty amazing. One of the few games that have NVIDIA physics engine. And with the newest 4 engine, they tag on the real-time ray tracing and DLSS. It's even more amazing. Like, how the hell the engineers work, I don't know.
Russian magic.
Poland magic. Poland.
I like
Poland or Ukraine.
I like how
Ukraine.
it's saying that it's using a 10-year-old engine, and we called it Russian Fallout when Fallout 4 was also using an old ass engine because it was running on the Skyrim engine.
The engine from the engine. You know how they derive that engine from the other engine.
Yeah.
Man. I'm still confused on how I'm going to distill the podcast title. There's a lot of material to work on, but we have a team right now.
Yeah.
Agent
We have
Square.
Blank engine team post no blank engine blank zombie apocalypse. Where blank can be any adjective. No adjective. Noun. Sure. No,
Yes.
Sure. Let's go with that.
Let's go with that. Anyways, so I have not played any games this week because, as we mentioned, Devil May Cry comes out this week. However, I did manage to play. I played 2 games this week. Now that I think about it, we played Warframe because both me and Meck individually fell down a Warframe hole this week, didn't we?
Oh boy. Okay, we'll go into the Warframe hole right now.
The Warframe corner has opened for business.
Come, Teno, listen to us, Bramble. So, when I got into the Warframe hole because of I wanted to try out the review unit I have, which was the Acer Nitro 5 powered by AMD. And the review is up. It's good. It won't be overheating. It won't kill you. So that's good. And yeah, I got hooked into Warframe again. How you say it? To put into context, I'm still at Master Rank 6. No, I just raised to Master Rank 7. I'm still far out. I just got a few nuggets of Space Mum lore. One of the first quests. I'm still stuck in Uranus.
Wait, which quest are you stuck? Which quest are you at now?
I'm working on towards the second dream.
You do okay, because that's pretty much where I am too. I'm only at MR8.
Okay.
I'm too stupid to do the MR9 qualifier test.
But I'm still stuck in Uranus though. And I still need to do some of the tasks.
Get it? It sounds like anus.
Which is why I keep on saying it over and over.
Yep.
So yeah, it's how do I put it? Since I played a lot of looter shooters, right? It just
Thank
feels.
you for calling them looter shooters.
No, not shooters, no. It feels so good to be back into something that, even though I don't know, but it just feels good to play. Go in there, do this, kill what you like, get out, get the stuff you want. Repeat and repeat. That is all I want from a looter shooter. If you have good story, it's okay. If you don't, I'm okay with that too. But it turns out Warframe's law is pretty okay.
Who's your favorite Warframe, by the way?
So far, I'm sticking with Oberon. I still have not unlocked that many Warframes. I haven't touched other Warframes by like just buying it outright. I follow the step-by-step procedures when doing that.
Okay, here's the tip. You get Ivara or Inaros. Those two you're fine. You don't need anything else.
I've heard good things about Inaros. I've seen a hammer being thrown. I've seen a hammer being thrown 25 kilometers away to kill someone with a hammer with a throw, which is interesting. I'm keeping that in mind. But right now, what I have Oberon. Finishing up Trinity, as in getting it to max rank, and I have Limbo and Nyx ready to go. So yeah, so basically I have things to.
But yeah, because I've been playing as well. Unlike Meck, Warframe is probably the only game I have ever wailed on. Listen, man, that's free money.
Oh boy, I just got free money like 2 days ago.
Exactly.
I mean, they know. Like the first time I logged in back after some while, they gave me free money, but it's not enough free money. It was like 25% off, I think.
If you take a break for 2 weeks, they give you 75%.
Okay.
Yeah, that happens to me every single time.
I think not. It was not there, but later on I did get a better one.
But so I've been playing Warframe, been trying to catch up on the story quest. Because I don't do Eidolon hunting. I don't really like the operator stuff. Like I'm playing the Warframe, so I don't have to be a squishy human. Why are you making me play the operator stuff? But I did the Chains of Hero quest recently. Because I love quests tied to Warframes. Like, because that's why I like Inaros and Heroes are pretty cool. It's a really interesting quest because it has a horror aspect to it. Like you're on a
the trailer itself is really, I'd say 10 out of 10 trailer for the Chains of Hero.
Yeah, and
It brings back the Dead Space feeling to it.
yeah,
Mm.
that's it. That's exactly it, and that's Dead Space reference number 3. Unfortunately, however, the tail end of that quest is really bad because you have to you end up doing the same quest 3 times on 3 different maps. And it's one of those where the enemy's job is to just inconvenience you as often as possible while doing the quest. And like, yeah, it's not fun. That part's not fun. But Chains of Hero does do something really interesting where I'm not gonna spoil it, but there is an autistic character, and I like how he's portrayed. Because one of the few things that like really pisses me off is when is like poor representation of autistic characters. So this is it was a really cool thing. There's some really cool scenes with an autistic character is all I'm going to say. Also, been doing a lot of Cephalon Simaris stuff, and he
Oh.
has a cool
Hunter.
voice. Yeah, I love the whole like amoral, like unfeeling scientist archetype. And Cephalon Simaris is just like he does not give a shit about you.
As long as
If
you do
you
his task, do his bidding,
yeah,
he will
That's
take
if
it over
you
one himself.
if you exit without accepting a thing, he'll be like, "You'll die. My sanctuary will live." Just like piss off, you giant hibiscus. When also he's like a giant holographic thing, and he comes like super close to your face when he talks to you. I love that. Like Warframe accidentally became a really good sci-fi game. Like there's some really cool like it started off as like you can ignore the law of Warframe, it's not really much. But then recently it started going like really hard sci-fi, and I really dig that. Same thing with Fortuna, yeah. Because I just started the Fortuna content as well. And that is the most like typical not typical, but it's the most like hard sci-fi that Warframe has ever gotten. Where it's like, hey, capitalism is bad, guys.
Oh boy, pay up, man. Pay up the monies. If not,
There's a
we'll
slave
find a way to
shanty.
pay.
And here's some 80s synthwave aesthetic.
Synthwave
Yeah.
plus civil rights movement plus unions, man. That's a odd mishmash of things and themes. I like it. That works.
I like it too. Also, apparently you can use Arcwing guns on your Warframe now. So I'm in the middle of trying to build the railgun because my aesthetic is Inaros with a giant primary weapon and a normal melee weapon. So yeah, that's been a Warframe. It's great. It's a great game. I like what. Wait, no.
Nightwave.
We're not done. Yeah. Wait, before we get to Nightwave, I have to mention one thing because we have to shit on Anthem because Anthem was asking for this when they decided to make a Warframe clone. So, I recently learned that all the guns in Anthem are the same. Like all the pistols are the same.
Not much variety. Nope.
Yeah. Meanwhile, there's a shotgun in Warframe called the Astilla, right? It's from the Plains of Eidolon update. It's a glass shotgun, a literal glass cannon. It fires glass shells that explode. It's one of the best guns in the game. And it's a shotgun, so it has a like steady fire rate, the tung tung tung,
And widespread.
Except it's not, because in Warframe you can adjust the values for the gun. So I gave it max firing speed. I think it has like a fire rate of 7.0 or something like that now. And I've basically invented an LMG that fires shotgun shells, and it's the best thing ever.
You can go crazy ham with those mods, man, as I've discovered. I've been into quite a long, what you say, like a level wall, I guess, to say, where I just ain't strong enough to defeat all of these enemies. How come these guys are bullet saja? Mods, man. Go upgrade those mods. You have tons of endo. Use them. Spend them. Sell the ones that you don't want. And then I discovered,
so-
okay, that's how you Warframe.
If you go down the rabbit hole to the min-maxing community, your head will explode, basically.
I've gotten a
Yeah.
Riven mod. I do not know what it is. I'm still
I
scared
think
to find out.
first.
I've unveiled it, but I think it says Master Rank 16 on the requirement,
Okay.
and say,
Okay.
I'm still more than halfway to go. So,
My favorite thing was because this was for the Nightwave. So they added Nightwave, which is like a season pass, which is like a battle
Battle
pass
Pass.
essentially, to replace the alert system, which I think is genius. So they give you a bunch of tasks, and if you do them, you get rewards. The more you do, the more rewards you get, right?
Mhm.
So one of them was kill 150 enemies with frost damage. So that's how I decided to make my shotgun machine gun. Fully automatic shotgun. It's the best gun ever. Like, seriously, guys. Make an Astilla, max out the firing speed. I promise you, you will have fun. And if you potato your gun, then you can also add in some max ammo capacity because you will run out of ammo. You will run out of ammo so fucking fast.
Yeah, the other thing I hit the not the P wall. Basically, the wall of progression is understanding that you can potato or basically double up your mod slots for both Warframes and your weapons, which is I remembered this one time in the tutorial now. Oh, that's why you guys can put those cool stuffs. Huh, okay. So yeah,
Mhm.
spend time to read. I mean, it can be a bit cumbersome because a lot of this stuff is not like spelled out. But if you be kind to the general chat or Google up the Warframe wiki, everything's there. Everything will point you up to how to do it.
You need
Wa-
wiki for this game. You cannot run away from it.
It's a wiki sort of
Warframe is
game.
like Warframe is like Monster Hunter, where the tutorial was not written by mortal men. It cannot be understood by mortal men, and you need someone else to to translate it for you. Someone who has seen the madness to
Yeah.
translate it for you.
Like the void fissure rotation style. Oh shit. That thing's basically eldritch.
I still
eldritch
don't
stuff.
know what the heck is void. So I got a few prime whatchamacallit prime blueprints. I still don't know how do I get it. I just joined a random mission and I got it. Okay.
Yep. We should play together sometime. I've been helping my classmates like get into Warframe
Sure,
because
sure.
deep down inside I long for like the camaraderie of MMOs.
Yeah, make a clan
But
then.
yeah, I do. My friend and I are the only two members of our clan.
Okay, it's a limit.
Great.
Take over, make it the GM clan.
Offer take over.
I'm half kidding.
But yeah,
That's
so
Warframe.
that's Warframe. S rank looter shooter.
Seriously, it's the best of it. Also, it's free. If you don't like it, you won't spend money. Just spend time on it. It's okay. Give it a shot.
Yep.
That's why it's S tier. It's free, and you get free money.
It's free. You spend as much money as you want to,
Yeah.
and it's really really fun. So I guess we should move on to the news.
The news.
So, our first headline: Pokemon Day passed recently. So because how do we go about this? Okay, so first of all, we had a new trailer for Detective Pikachu.
Okay.
Did anyone check out the new trailer for Detective Pikachu?
You mean Pikachu says hell?
Yeah, Pikachu says that. I forgot he did. Okay, so everyone expects me to hate Detective Pikachu because I guess I give off that vibe of the old school fan who hates anything that's not Gen 1. Never mind that my favorite Pokemon is a Gen 4. But so that movie looks fucking amazing. I'm excited. I am legit more excited for Detective Pikachu than any other movie this year. And there's a scene in the trailer where Pikachu is about to fight Charizard and he turns around and goes, "Get me the hell out of here!" Pikachu says hell. Yeah, the trailer looks great. I'm excited for the movie. And we also got there's minor news of Gen 8 being confirmed, you know.
Yeah, something about
We
new
got
Pokemon game.
New Pokemon game, Gov.
Hey, prof, what you think about the new Pokemon game? Okay, I just stop.
so,
I guess
yeah,
you
it's
guys know
the
about
region.
it.
The new region is based on the UK, which is why you get to hear our bad accents. Would it be great if they had fully voice acted cutscenes, but it was by the Bloodborne people?
I mean, they
You know,
do have the
Bloodborne has
right
like
accent.
they have the super exaggerated accents. That would be amazing. Well, we got Pokemon Sword and Shield, as they're called. We got to see the 3 new starters. One of them's a soccer rabbit, another furry, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
We got a sad little lizard, which is the best one, by the way. And we got a monkey.
And a monkey, just a monkey.
And then we got memes because everyone decided that the female protagonist is Scottish.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, northern accents are always charming, by the way. Charming in the crude sense of a way.
I like how the north of we've all agreed northerners are barbarians.
Yeah,
Uh,
tu dia bang. Ang cakap apa? Sorry, I'm expressing the local northern dialect there. The BN northern dialect.
The only place this is the reverse is America, because Canada is the civilized part of the US.
Yeah, and
The southern is the shit. I would say it.
Basically the Okinawans there.
In other Pokemon news, Pokemon Go added photo mode, aka the feature I have wanted since the game fucking came out in 2016.
Took them long enough.
Basically, any Pokemon you've already caught, you can use the AR mode to like let it out and take photos in your room, and it's presented to scale, so to the best of its abilities, anyways. The tracking is actually quite good. Meck, if you want, I can send you some of the photos that I have taken.
Oh, sure, please. If not, I would just put the DX2 Liberation pictures I took. which may or may not be YouTube safe. There's something about a demon with a good package.
Amazing.
I forgot that name. Okay.
But so yeah, so Pokemon, the photo mode is pretty cool. Naturally, I have been taking photos with Alolan Executor because that's the best Pokemon.
Oh yeah, the coconut tree.
The giant coconut tree, yeah. Then when they added a cool thing. They added Smeargle into the game. Like 2 generations later, they finally added Smeargle into the game. How you catch him is that you have to be taking lots of photos in photo mode, and he will selfie bomb one of your photos, and then he'll appear and you can catch him. So that's really fucking cool. And also, like, as a person who likes the science side of Pokemon, it's really cool to see like how big Pokemon are and stuff. As I said, the tracking is pretty decent. Like, you just can't stand in front of the Pokemon, which is the only problem. But yeah, that's the Pokemon news. So let's look at the headlines. Reset the clock. We're talking about Anthem.
That's the new clock now.
76 hours.
Also, one thing, in Metro Exodus, you can play a whole chapter without facing loading screen if you did die. So Anthem, take note.
I can feel
Anthem.
I can feel the rubbing of the salt in there. Rub it in.
Well, anyways, if you play Anthem, you may not even be able to play other games because apparently it's breaking PS4s.
Yep.
Nothing to the point of breaking, but totally a crash that turns off your PS4.
Well, isn't it like a few people have gotten breaking? It's not as bad as some sites are making it sound.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's crashing PS4s, which is never a good thing. Like the phrase "it's only crashing PS4s" shouldn't be as comforting as it is.
Console games shouldn't crash. Console games shouldn't crash. They have the best QA.
I mean,
And
Not anymore.
Not.
I mean, in BioWare's defense, any games that need to go through any updates or anything for PS4 and Xbox to some extent, they need to pass certification. So if this thing destroys their PS4, it's partly Sony's fault, I'd say, the certain process.
Either
it's
party, I'll
the
blame.
age-old question. The age-old question of who the fuck okayed this.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's the thing. From BioWare to PlayStation, Sony side, who the hell
Yeah.
greenlit this update?
Come on,
In other
QA.
Anthem news,
Mhm.
apparently, gun damage in Anthem doesn't do anything. I assume that's what you guys meant by putting this headline in here.
Yeah, that's the story. That's the story.
Yeah. So forum users have pointed out that when shooting the same enemy with their level 1 pistol versus a Masterworks assault rifle, the Masterworks assault rifle took 6 shots, whereas the pistol took 4, despite the fact that the damage numbers were 1,200 to 600 in damage. I'd like to remind you of the XP fiasco in Destiny 2 when that launched, where XP numbers were being inflated. So, yeah, fix this shit, Anthem. Remember, Warframe is already like leagues ahead in terms of better guns. I
Anthem
don't
and
know.
Destiny 2 are probably the most expensive advertising for Warframe.
Yeah, exactly.
Pay a lot of money, then go play the better game for free.
In other non-Anthem news, there's rumors of a disk driveless all-digital Xbox One.
If you
Oh, the Xbox One set edition.
Xbox
And-
One S all digital edition as is rumored.
Honestly, not as long as that's not the main console, I think that's not a bad idea.
It's a choice.
Yeah,
Yeah, as long as it's a choice, not. And
make it cheaper.
Yeah,
Fine.
make it cheaper.
It should be cheaper.
It should be because
It
you
should
don't
be
have
cheap.
the Blu-ray drive and you don't have to pay the licensing fee.
Yes.
Exactly.
If it
Also-
is cheaper.
Oh no. Continue your thing, because I was just gonna push us along.
Just push us along. I forgot already.
Go.
God. Okay, so women rejoice. Never be called a fake gamer ever again.
Oh shoot, I put the wrong link.
Because now we have the esports dress.
Yeah.
Hold on. Since
I
that's
put the wrong link to the docket. Sorry guys. I forgot. There are two of these. There are two of these from the same source. The one Wam mentioned is not on her. It's not that link. I put another one.
So Cranium Apparel has made a dress for esports. Never seen before in esports. High quality polyester, skin friendly, gives a new identity to female gamers. 53 USD. Hashtag women in esports. Let me read the tweet from them too. Get ready, female gaming community. Esports dress now available. Dress emoji. It's high time that we do something for the female gamers who receive so much backlash in the community. Stay strong. ... We respect you. Heart emoji. Proudly supporting hashtag women in esports. Tag every female gamer you know. Pedicure. First off, First off, this was clearly written by a dude.
Yes. 100%.
Secondly, no woman designed this dress either, as was later confirmed. Thirdly, how do you just casually mention the harassment of women in games as a selling point? Like, it's this weird thing where they're like, if you wear this dress, you won't be harassed. Like, that's what I'm getting from this. Honestly, we should have like brought Michelle on to talk about this. This would have been a headline if we had a lady on this podcast. But unfortunately, it's not. So yeah,
And as a response, there's plenty of parodies out there, but this one that I linked is one of the best. I totally forgot about the source. I thought I jumped into this thing first. So sorry about that. Oh boy.
listen, it's okay. So it's an esports jockstrap, by the way. Made for men by women. Tag every male gamer, you know. Listen. I would wear this. Like, well, I would. If anyone here wants to do like a charity stream thing, I will gladly wear this for charity. Hashtag for charity.
You burn my right now with this.
I was about to say that.
I'm not gonna edit the video. We have to outsource the production.
That stream
No,
will
no,
be
it's like a live stream
awesome.
thing, charity live
Game of
stream. We don't-
Fundoshi for street.
Live stream, ah?
Anyways.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Anyways, moving on. Dead or Alive 6 season pass cost 315 ringgit. What the fuck is up with that?
Ooh, boy.
Ooh.
Apparently, so you should expect when you sell a season pass, you would all expect around the price of 30 USD, at least half of the price of the full retail. Dead or Alive actually went over. Maybe a bit too much. So hold on. So we know
At
the
this point, Koei Tecmo doesn't surprise me anymore with
Yeah,
their
same.
stupid decision.
Can. So apparently it's a bundle of 25 different costumes, an extra character. No, 2 extra characters should be. Wait. Hold on. Is it?
I've got the article here.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Wedding Costumes Volume 1, Happy Wedding Costumes Volume 2, Costume Pack Volume 1, Costume Pack Volume 2, Additional Character My Shiranui Debut Costume, Additional New Character Debut Costume. And so according to Kotaku, it works out to about $1 a costume and $15 for each additional character, including their debut outfits. Here's the thing. I feel like at this level of just selling a season pass for $300 is bad PR. Like,
Yep, exactly.
this is a case of the industry being too honest, I feel. The rare case of you should have just don't sell the season pass. You knew this was coming. Like, God.
Okay, I got mistaken. It was 309 ringgit. Still expensive. The other one is the digital deluxe edition. That's why it didn't get released. Okay. So yeah, the problem is they are bundling the characters that people want to be. People buy season passes for the characters, but now you also have to pay for the costumes that some people may not even want to touch. It's okay. It's
Wait,
fine.
can you still buy them individually?
Let me check. I think not. Not yet.
Fuck that.
Not yet, basically.
They bundled the costume. Usually in Dead or Alive 5, the costume bundles is different thing. It's optional. A 1,000 ringgit total optional stuff. Still. So they included into the season pass, which is Please no. Separate it,
Okay.
sell it at a better price. Then we'll be happy. Okay.
Yeah, so let me buy cute outfits for Nico and Marie Rose. So next story, the Nintendo Labo is getting VR.
Woo.
You finally got the worthy sequel to the Virtual Boy.
Virtual
Oh
Boy
my God.
2! This is Virtual Boy 2!
Guys. You know what has VR?
What?
Fucking Dead or Alive Extreme Scarlet.
Oh,
Extreme
they
physics.
planned this.
This was the plan all along.
Reggie's fucking gift.
boy.
Thank you, Reggie. Before he left, he was like, here, Dead or Alive community. Reggie!
One last thing before I go.
I approve VR headsets.
And let them have their cake.
God, I mean, actually, do we have a price on the Labo? Because I
Not
would
yet.
get that.
Not yet. They
For
just announced
science. So, Jedi Fallen Order to be revealed next month at Star Wars Celebration. Not
Eh?
next month. Star Wars Celebration is in
in
May.
the fall.
It's in May, okay.
Yeah, it's May the 4th be with you.
Right. Nope. Star Wars Celebration will be held on April 11 to 15, and the panel itself will be held on April 13. So basically, hopefully Respawn can make a good Star Wars game. They are in a roll lately. Here's hoping.
No, man, they're gonna say they're making it, and then at the end it's gonna be a Star Wars Battle Royale that stealth releases.
Still running on the Source engine.
Still running on
Nah,
the Source engine.
they're probably making it in the Frostbite.
Frostbite.
But
Yeah, Frostbite. Probably
the
Frostbite.
jank engine.
But
It's-
yeah, it's open world, is it?
Yes. According to reports, yeah.
I don't know. Source Engine is still shit for open world games.
Don't do it.
Yeah,
Technically.
both are optimized for FPS games.
You know
Yeah,
that
so,
the way they prototype the first Need for Speed games using Frostbite engine is that they have guns instead of cars. You have to have things that have guns on it to make it work. That's Frostbite engine.
Yeah, I think BioWare already done the heavy work of transforming the Frostbite.
Oh
game.
yeah.
I think they
Frostbite
still need
engine.
to do the heavy work.
Yeah.
Even though it's done, they need to do more.
So, speaking of cars, 2019 Super Formula cars are coming to GT Sport.
Ooh.
Super Formula!
Also another staff announcement.
Out of nowhere, we're
Out of
getting
nowhere.
another new real life series coming to Gran Turismo Sport. And it's actually new cars, 2019 cars, not recycled from years past.
Nope, not GT6 cars. Ooh.
They even have the boost system, which is interesting. Basically the DRS lah. For you F1 heads
DRS.
over there, it's basically
Fast to overtake.
or for the
Activate the DRS on Lewis's car now.
for the Need for Speed guys, it's the NOS button.
Is the north button.
Basically, it's functioning the
Yeah,
same
basically
thing.
Wait, so Super Formula isn't Formula One?
Nope, that's the
No,
Japanese
no.
F1.
Basically Japanese F1.
Ah.
With Greek girls and anime cars.
Yes!
Is there any
Proper-
anime livery
Proper
already
Formula
revealed?
Itasha.
If I'm not mistaken, the
Formula Itasha.
Is there one already?
hold on, let me check.
If there's
Yes,
a Formula Eva,
Yep,
I'll
the
be-
Eva. There was one year there was a Eva car.
okay, there used to be one. Okay,
Tapi there's only one car in anime. The rest is, the generic new stuff.
we should
For
bring
now.
Miku there. Miku conquer both
Ada,
Super
Miku
GT
is in
and
Miku is in the lower tier, the F4.
oh, okay, so she's still there in spirit. Alright.
Okay, in the chat
So-
now, that's the anime car.
Let's
the
look
channel.
at the anime car. Yep, that's looking anime. Totally anime. It's like someone did a livery on
Ah.
GT Sport.
It really is.
Ever is real
That
life.
God damn. That tells you how much like car graphics have improved, because I honestly questioned. Okay, so our next headline, I have to tell it in the form of a story,
Okay.
because
I have
One
no.
one night, my friends and I went out to get tacos, as we do.
On a Tuesday?
No, it was on a Saturday.
Ah.
But actually, maybe even on Friday. I can't remember.
Ah.
No, it was a Saturday. It was a
Definitely
Saturday.
not Tuesday. Okay.
Yeah, definitely not Tuesday. I have class on Tuesdays. So we went out and we were talking about video games, and I said, "Man, you know what game I wish we played? I would love to play Dissidia, because I have two friends who are like hardcore Final Fantasy fans, and Dissidia is a 3v3 game. So we thought, okay, yeah, let's work. That would be great. Like, that's perfect. The three of us could play together." And my friend's like, "Yeah, but doesn't Dissidia suck?" And I was like, yes, it does. But if it were like a PS Plus game, if it were like free, right? I'd totally like play like 1 or 2 rounds just for laughs, right? And then, not 1 week later, fucking Dissidia goes free to play. So Dissidia NT is getting a free to play version out March 12th. It's going to be like Dead or Alive, where you have like rotating characters to play every week. Presumably, you can buy single characters. I haven't found any confirmation. I hope so, because if it were, I'd buy Lightning and play that. But yeah, so Dissidia is gonna be free to play. Stay tuned for a future episode where I bitch about how I suck at Dissidia.
Oh, Dissidia. Oh, I regret
So
playing
much
that game.
disappointment. Yes.
I regret. I did get good, but I regret spending time with that game. Anyway.
And our final headline for the night. FGC Corner. You thought it was missing from the first segment, but here it is in the news.
The
Because
1 year
Evo,
anniversary. 1 year
Oh.
anniversary.
Evo has announced the main stage games.
Melee
Who has a
Cat.
list of the main stage games aside
No.
from the obvious?
Okay, let me read out all of the big games here. So let's start from the top. There are 9. First we have 9 games on the main stage, and by main stage means these games are getting the more of the coverage on streams. They get the prestige, they get all the coverage, they get all the tournament participants. But still, there are plenty of side tournaments. Catherine is being played in one of the side tournaments.
And I assume Melty Blood is in some of the bathrooms.
Most likely. So here are the top the games. I'll try to rank it by
the surprising
significance.
ones for last.
Okay, start with the safe one. First, we have Street Fighter V Arcade Edition. Okay.
Surprising no one.
I run this shit. Next, we have Tekken 7.
Also unsurprising.
Nope. Pretty safe. And then we have returning from last year, Dragon Ball Fighters.
Yeah.
Axis having a slot. And then that's not all. We have another returning fighter, Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle.
Yeah.
And of course, it won't be
Evo couldn't escape from Crossing Fate.
They couldn't escape from Crossing Fate and couldn't escape from having one NRS game on there, NetherRealm Studios. They have a representation. Introducing Mortal Kombat 11.
Sonic Fox 11.
Sonic Fox has more games to compete, which is good. What else? Another new entry, Soul Calibur 6.
Yep.
2B Simulator, okay.
And
2B versus Geralt finals.
And if
I want that.
if that's not enough sword fighting for you, there's also the the SNK game, Samurai Showdown,
Woo!
that has
Which
yet to be
I'd
released.
like to remind you that no one has seen anything about this game. Like, there's been almost no news about this game other than its announcement.
The announcement, and then when the main stage announcement, they release another trailer, and they
Oh
are
shit,
saying
that's cool. Shit.
yeah, and they are releasing it in early summer, hopefully before Evo, I guess. It would be
I
weird.
guess.
Crunch gila.
Oh,
And
we have 2 more slots. And next, of course, it won't be Evo if we don't have Smash. And we have
yep.
Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
Woo!
Woo! That's a
Nice.
legitimately good game.
That's a good game, one of the latest entry. And of course, rounding things off, Under Night in Birth executable late ST Unist.
Eunice!
You can hear
So,
the Melty Blood in the bathroom cheering on. Yeah, we almost got there. Good job, Melty Blood.
next year, Melty Blood. So, you may have noticed, oh great Evo fan, Melee is not on this list.
Thank God.
The evil has been defeated. Melee is
Melty Blood.
finally...
Mm.
And that's the real headline, is that people are upset that a 100-year-old game is not being played at Evo.
100-year-old.
But the people who are upset are also stinky, so who cares what they think?
It's not even them. It's even like esports pundits like Slasher and all are mad that Melee is not going to be on the main stage.
Here's the thing: Melee hasn't updated in years.
It's basically 10 years now.
Yeah, exactly. What's the point? The meta hasn't changed. At least Street Fighter 5, we have time stop Blanca now.
I think they just recently patched, but yeah, that was a thing.
What? They got rid of... No, don't get rid of time stop Blanca.
Unfortunately, they did. Time stop Blanca
still.
is... So that's Street Fighter. So...
Wait, no, it's
oh,
not
because-
Kuelan. Melee is not 10 years old, it's 20 years old in 2 years'
oh
time.
god damn it. Ah,
Melee is old enough to compete in Evo.
Yeah.
At Smash Ultimate, because that's the better game.
at least one thing though, one thing that I would like to say, at least one little good thing about the Melee community is that they are a community. Despite all the flack they are taking, we'll get there. They are still resilient. They still manage to get together and do something cool. Remember, these are the guys that had to have... I think there's one Evo when they are on the main stage, but then suddenly Nintendo just noped it out. So the stream got not cancelled, the stream got cut off, which is a weird thing. But then suddenly they managed to get around and Nintendo sort of acknowledged their existence. And they have a good scene. They have like other tournaments. I mean, even without Evo, there are still major tournaments throughout the year. But come on, man, it's just the reaction is just reflects the attitude of this Melee community. In other words, they're toxic.
Yeah. There was the problems, like that one dude who was just like, we aren't sheeple, we don't flock to the newest game.
Amada,
Mm,
one of the gods of
Name drop.
Melee.
it's like, that's exactly why you're not on the main stage. This is why Unist got main stage. Honestly, I have to say, like, this is my first Evo, I guess, since like getting super into fighting games.
Oh, you
So
should
I'm
have
excited.
you should have seen last year, because last year is basically the same script all over again, but instead it was Marvel. Marvel got the drop.
Mm,
But
Marvel.
to be fair,
yeah, reasonable, but the community didn't act like what Melee did. So that's a plus.
Also, there was no Guilty Gear this year. That's sad. But I feel like we already have 3 Arxes, so
Yeah, 3 Axis games already. If you give 4, that means Axis are putting all the money onto Evo.
yeah, there's more Arxes than Capcom. That's
telling, man.
that is actually, yeah. I think we have 3 Arxes, 2 Wait, is SoulCal
Soulcal is Bandai
Soul
Namco. Dragon Ball is
Yeah,
considered
Tekken.
both Axis and Namco, I guess. Bandai Namco.
Yeah, and Tekken is also Namco, so
Yep.
But yeah, so we have an interesting Evo. No melee for once.
We got Eunice
Uh,
though.
We
Merkava, a
got
gift.
this!
Man,
Yeah!
I mean, here,
Future Mech, edit in the Merkaba arm waving gif here.
it's on the thumbnail somewhere.
It's on the thumbnail.
I mean, to say, I've said about Melee being a good resilient community. Eunice is also a resilient community. They're making it. Evo acknowledged their effort on their many side tournaments before. They have a good community. Now they got the chance for the spotlight. So good on them.
I like the idea that cross tag battle is like bringing more attention to all the lesser known Arxis fighters. Because I'm convinced cross tag is part of the reason why Eunice is on the main stage this year.
I mean, totally, they are doing good. They are
And
bringing
which
in
means
the
next year's Arcana Hearts on the main stage.
Oh, god damn it. You don't know, give Melty Blood a chance. They're waiting in the line over in the bathroom, seeing our brethren are up there. We are nearly there, my friends. We can go out now from our bathrooms.
Oh god, I know Pokken is never gonna make it to the main stage.
Wait, hold on.
But I wanna play what?
I think it did got. Hold on. It was.
No. Pokken has never made it to the main stage. I will flip if Pokken has ever.
It did. 2016.
It did?
Yep, 2016.
Holy shit.
I know that it was one time Pokken was there. Yep.
I was gonna say I wanna play in a bathroom Pokken tournament.
I mean, there is one since we don't have it on stage.
Could do this.
So please donate to my GoFundMe to get me to Evo to play Pokken.
In the room.
Where the salty bets are placed.
Now,
So, yeah.
or I can like convince Vax to have a Pokken bathroom tournament.
Vex proudly presents Pokken Tournament Bathroom Edition.
live from the bathroom. So yeah, that's the news. That's FGC Corner.
And that's the podcast.
We have thumbnails.
Yep. Thumbnail series.
We need to include happy birthday dia.log somewhere in there.
Yep.
Oh boy. Okay, birthday cake.
And yeah. Oh, okay. Birthday cake with Merkaba with a party hat.
I want to put zombies.
Yeah. A Dead Space Apocalypse edition.
That Jeremy Clarkson fast forward punya button.
Oh yeah, R1 to Jeremy Clarkson.
R1 to Jeremy Clarkson.
R1 to Jeremy Clarkson. Okay, can grab that. Definitely. I could put one of the Days Gone screenshots as the base because the whole lot of zombies and the Rempit guy there.
Oh yeah. I should just point out before we started recording, I made a hilarious joke about Hak Melayu.
Oh shoot, we forgot. We forgot about Hak Malay.
It's on Hak Malay. Jangan cabarkan Hak Malay.
Basically, that's the reaction of the Malay community. They went there. Hak Malay.
Jangan cabarkan Hak Malay.
Jangan cabar, takkan Malay hilang di dunia.
Perfect.
Perfect.
I think that's about it. We have enough things to do. Enough material to work on.
Oh no, just put a fuck Geralt in there somewhere since that wasn't actually on the docket.
I put a bathtub, Geralt. Sure.
Surprise Geralt. Yeah. And
And
yeah,
the T-Rex with wings.
Yes.
The Rex wing.
Yes, yeah. The
That's-
Rex Wing. Yeah, the Rex Wing. I completely forgot about the Rex Wing.
The Rex wing.
Okay.
Yep. Plugins.
And we got done with exactly 6 minutes until Devil May Cry.
Nice.
I hear someone getting motivated. Social links, plugins, please.
Social links. At Whammerol Twitter, Whammerol on Patreon. Give me money because I spent a shit ton of money buying Devil May Cry. I might stream Devil May Cry this week actually, depending on how it goes because I'm on break now. And depending on how the game is, also definitely going to be reviewing Devil May Cry, so check that out when it comes out. By the time you're listening to this, I would have disappeared into the Love Shack. Little known fact, guys, the Love Shack is a little old place where we can get together.
Please Google
I've
that
heard,
and enjoy.
I've heard that folks are lining up outside just to get down. This has literally been my friend and I's conversations for the entire week, by the way.
Shout
Just
out to
like-
Triple Q.
Shout out to Triple Q for the amazing Love Shack Devil Trigger crossover. Daniel, how do people get a hold of you?
You can follow me on Twitter at flakyfl4ky_. This week is the Formula E race at Hong Kong. And yeah, or as I like to call it, Crash City, because everybody likes to crash there. And also,
What about Bandicoots?
Bandicoots. And also, Malaysia will be getting their first Indy 500 race, because they just announced we will get live coverage of IndyCar for this year.
Wait,
Starting this year.
what?
Serious? Yeah, it just happened like an hour ago.
We indie boys now, alright?
So, Anan, what about you?
No social, but by the time you this, the review for Metro Exodus will be up. Hopefully.
And of course, and Grand Tour as well. So there will be our
Yeah.
Gamer Matters record 4 reviews within 2 weeks.
That's saying much about our records. And I have been Amirul Mekronos Ashraf. Find me everywhere with that handle MECKRONOS. As been mentioned, plenty of stuff coming up on GamerMatters.com, and you can check out the review of the Lego Movie 2 video game, as well as the the Acer Nitro 5 powered by AMD Ryzen, out on GamerMatters.com. We actually spent our first coverage of the AMD Ryzen was exactly 1 year, and
you
1
mean
year
that
after.
lunch? Okay,
We talk about it in the first episode of the podcast, and 1 year later, we finally publish a review. Talk about a turnaround. That's how we roll, baby. And that's
Happy birthday, dia.log.
Happy birthday,
birthday.
dia.log. Here's to more janky thumbnails and more of us talking about video games,
And-
probably.
Yeah. And maybe we'll finally get to go to a 40k maid cafe. Just saying.
Stay motivated.
Now.
Stay motivated. Scum.